one of the most underrated skills today has to be camera confidence. But why is camera confidence so important? Well, my ninjas, is 2023. You are bound to be on camera, whether it's through job interviews, meetings, or even like a business opportunity. Oh, and not to mention social gatherings. Real talk. But either way, when you're on camera, you gotta bring the sauce. And then on top of that, the biggest reason that you want to build camera confidence is because it translates into other skills in your life. From decisions that you make to the way that you see yourself. Either way, pimpin', you want to bring the sauce. And now look, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. It's about 8:30 a.m. and I've already been in like 4 meetings. And so now that we know how having camera confidence can influence other aspects in your life by helping you bring in more sauce and being more magnetic, let's talk tips on how we can build that camera confidence. But first, we gotta give a huge shout out to today's coffee sponsors, Hauser and Kenya J and Big Pippin Nikki Lance. Thank you so much for the coffee, because you know it helps out the channel a lot. And if you wanna buy me a coffee, don't be shy. The link is down below. But if not, no tea, no shade, because I ain't a hater, and my hood'll never let me be a hater. All right, now my first tip would have to be put yourself in a comfortable environment, at least like just in the beginning. Because look, my ninjas, I remember like my first time being on camera, I was kind of thrown in the fire. And now granted, it was my fault. I had been producing for a while now, and then I got bumped up to segment producer, which meant I had to be the host, the writer, as well as the editor. Like my ninjas, I made it. My boss status was on the rise. I was a segment producer for this segment called Check Please. And my ninjas, I had got to the restaurant because basically my job was to review restaurants. So I get to the restaurant, we set up the camera, we get all the NDAs signed, and as soon as the camera operator turned on the camera, I completely froze. There were so many people around, so many people just walking or in their car stopping to see what was going on. And man, I went from dripping sauce to like dripping water. Look, my ninjas, that ain't gangster. I mean, just a complete 180 of what my personality was. And the cause for this was I was in an environment that I was not comfortable with. And the reason I say it was kind of my fault was because I did not even prepare myself for being in this environment. And yes, Pimpin', that was completely my fault. So I will say, if you want to build that camera confidence and you want to bring that sauce, I would highly suggest starting in a comfortable environment, something that you're comfortable, whether it's your room, whether it's outside on a bench, like this bench right here, because the goal is to not get in front of the camera, turn it on, and become this stiff, awkward, just somebody that you don't even recognize. The goal is to put that you in YouTube and start bringing the sauce. The guy was just all up in my grill. Alright, now my next tip is to talk about something that you know about. You don't necessarily have to be an expert at it, but just talk about something that you know, like something about it. Man, this heel be killing me. So after I went from just being a PA and producer to being a full segment producer, I did have that big bomb. Like I bombed on the first one. But after that one, I stepped it up. With each episode, I did more research. I knew exactly what I was gonna talk about. I knew exactly how I was gonna move. And since the segments were like food reviews and restaurant reviews, I knew a little bit of the menu as well as a little bit about the chef. Boss. And Pimpin', I even prepared myself for any kind of curveballs that was gonna be thrown my way. And the more I was prepared and knew what I was talking about, the more confident I felt on camera. And my ninjas, I didn't script or anything. I actually find that when I script, I tend to mess up a lot more. So I just go off of bullet points. Even with the videos that I make now, they're all like bullet points. None of them are really scripted. And now don't get me wrong, some people do amazing at scripting, like a lot better than just bullet points. But for me, just having bullet points helped me be more natural, be more myself, bring more of the sauce. And my ninjas, yeah, it really helped a lot. So when you film your next video, definitely be familiar with what you are trying to say. You don't have to be an expert, just be familiar. Ooh, Pimpin', look at that. That Harley is clean. All right, now my next tip for building more confidence on camera has to be to find your camera presence. And now this one sounds a bit complicated, so I'm gonna try my best to explain the best way I can. And now what I mean by this is, it kind of goes back to putting the you in YouTube. Now my ninjas, believe it or not, but everyone has their own like camera presence, something that they just bring that magnetism, that like confidence when when the camera turns on. And now for nothing, it took me a long time to figure out my camera presence. Because for the longest time, I was still a bit stiff. I was trying to be something that everybody would like, when in reality was I just kind of needed to be more of myself. Somebody that I was proud of being when I was like with my best friend or something like that. Somebody I could just turn up with. But again, it took me a long time to figure this out. Even when you watch some of my older animations, you still get this like uptightness, even though I wasn't even on camera. And to be real, Pimpin', that wasn't really me. Like I wasn't happy with what I was looking at. And it's not that I'm ashamed of it, it was just, I was still lacking the sauce. Like that confidence level was not 100%, even when I was doing my animations where I wasn't even on camera. I would say at that time, it was maybe around 40%. I could even say today, I'm still not at 100%. I'm more at like 85%. But the point is, you wanna find your camera presence. Like, I've clearly found mine with the way that I am right now. And the reason I say camera presence is because we all have multiple different presences. For example, if I'm getting pulled over by the cops, that Sky Money Ninja Boss turns into that Carlton from the Fresh Prince. But if I'm hanging with one of my best friends that I haven't seen in like years, that Sky Money presence goes up to 1,000. My ninjas, remember, put the you in YouTube and show it on camera. Be yourself. I mean, I would even go as far as to say, be the best you. I mean, why not? I mean, my ninjas, am I wrong? Am I? Don't try to be what you think people will like, but instead, be someone that people can relate to, and that's most likely gonna be you. Next tip is to actually like physically do something. For me, I realized standing up, walking, or like even having a coffee definitely brings up the confidence level when I'm on camera. It also helps that ideas flow a little bit more. Now, I don't know why that is, but yeah, all the ideas just be like going crazy up in my head when I'm like out doing something. My brain just somehow kicks into like overdrive when I'm like walking or having a coffee or just like actively doing something. And you can even see this in my earlier videos. Like a lot of times I did a lot of videos just sitting down in the room, and that level of sauce was there, but it wasn't there. But the moment I would step outside, go for a walk, it's just, everything's just amped up to the max. Boss. So my ninjas, I highly recommend just add some movement. Try to get up and move. Maybe even go somewhere. But if you're not comfortable going somewhere and you just want to be in your room, just try moving to a different spot. Like move locations, and I guarantee you it will definitely help with your camera confidence. Like for real. All right, this next tip, the next one is a big one. Like it's something that you see me do all the time. And Pimpin', that is simply to smile and just have fun. Now, I don't know what it is about smiling and just enjoying yourself while you're on camera, but it just brings the energy level to a whole nother, like, it brings that boost in confidence to the point where the people that are watching you enjoy yourself and just smiling, they feel that too. And I'm not saying like fake the smile or even fake having fun, but remember why you're doing this in the first place. Remember, like, there must be a reason for you to get up, grab your camera, and just go ham. Like there just has to be some kind of level of enjoyment to what you're doing. So, I mean, or else you wouldn't even do it. So my ninjas, smile, have fun, and just enjoy what you're doing. Like for real, because not a lot of people get to do what we're doing. Like, I mean, I'm just being real. So look, enjoy the moment, enjoy the time that you have doing this, because you never know when you won't be able to do this again. So smile and have some fun. And Pimpin', if I'm being real, if I'm keeping it 100p, that is probably one of the best ways to up that camera confidence. Okay, what is that? Yo, that is two Priuses. Look, Pimpin', I haven't seen a Prius since I left America. And today, I saw two of them. What are the odds of that? I don't know why, but yeah, Priuses they're not popular here, though. Wow, a Prius? What? All right, Pimp, so you remember how in the beginning of the video I said how I completely bombed the first time I was on camera? I just went from being a PA and producer to a full segment producer, and it was gonna be my first time on camera. I was well prepared for it and everything, except for one thing. I did not practice. Now, it's not like I didn't practice anything. Like I did, I practiced everything except for being on camera. So my ninjas, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You can memorize the script, the bullet points, and you can even bring the sauce when the camera's off. But if that camera's not on and you don't have it pointed at you, that is not like, that's not practice. Because Pimp, I know for a fact that if I would have just practiced actually being on camera, it would have been a whole different story. And the reason I know this is because the next time I was on camera, I went hard in the paint on practicing on camera. I had a little point and shoot, and I just went ham. I practiced and practiced and practiced. Like, it was a whole thing. And ever since then, I always remember, you gotta practice, not just with the words, not just with memorizing the script, because that stuff, that's the easy part. The hard part is actually turning on the camera and physically going for it, like actually do it. Pimpin', you practice that, you put in the reps, and I guarantee you will be solid. Matter of fact, I can wholeheartedly say that you will bring the sauce, no matter who's around you. Look, there's people behind me over there. Seriously though, with that practice, you will build so much camera confidence. Like, I'm telling you, like, trust me. Trust me. And now, I just thought about one last tip to help you guys build some camera confidence, a bonus tip. And my ninjas, that is to be your own hype man. Cause look, I ain't even gonna lie, I do it all the time. Like legit, the moment I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about the subject I'm talking about or about just making the video or being out in public, man, I pull it out. I basically tell that little voice in my head that's basically making me overthink and like being unsure of myself. The other voice, that sauce king, comes up and like, nah, you got this, you got this. You the drip, be the drip. You the sauce king, so bring the sauce. And man, it completely works. Like for real. Like I just snap out of it and I'm just like pumped again. Like I'm full of energy and happy, just ready to create. Boss. Alright, Pimp, well that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And then a huge shout out to everybody who bought me a coffee. And if you want to buy me a coffee, don't be shy. That link is down below. If not, no tea, no shade, because y'all know I ain't a hater. My hood never let me be a hater. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's snowing like a mug. Look at my jacket.